That's Watford.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, firstly, my great pleasure is to welcome everyone on this lovely day. I'm very glad that you all felt that it was better to come here than to stay in your house with the curtains closed. Or indeed to range about the country. This is another possibility. But this is a very important occasion for us. But it's also an occasion to be what it says on the tin, and that is celebration. We come to celebrate each other and kind of forget what we look like or what language we speak or where we come from or that sort of rubbish, and just share together all the things that we enjoy, each in our own way. And so there is literally nothing at Watford Celebration that we can't feel is us, part of who we are as the people of Watford. So I'm very glad to welcome you, and I'm also very glad to welcome our two very special guests. This is Suzy Harvey, who is the High Sheriff. She came to a little bit earlier, just before when she was the slightly lower Sheriff, to when we had the grand dedication of the Peace Guard. So if any of you haven't been down to the Peace Guard in Castle Park, please do take in that as well at some point. And also, of course, with Dorothy, who is no longer there. But he's, of course, still Baroness. So, firstly, I'm going to ask Suzy if she would say.
Thank you very much. As been said, I did come to Watford about 6 weeks ago for the opening of the Peace Garden, which was wonderful to see such a garden be created, and the concept of bringing people together, because as has been said, we've got more in common than we haven't. What I would like to do is revisit the garden, because it's probably blooming now, which I think it was early days, and it was a very cold March day when we went there. But my role in Hertfordshire, the High Sheriff is a title that goes back over 1,000 years, and you represent law and order in the county. But it's sort of, obviously now there's a police force and the judges, so our main role is to support the voluntary service and anybody who works in it. So there are numerous people who do an awful lot of work, which is unpaid. And one of the people we are celebrating today is Dorothy, who has been your mayor for 16 years. I think that's a record. And I'm sure you'll miss her at various occasions, but I don't think she'll be going very far. She might pop off. But I'm delighted to be here, and I think people I've met from Watford are absolutely wonderful. I come from Bishop Stortford, so it's not quite my part of the county, but well done everybody for coming together today. And I hand you over to Dorothy.
Good afternoon everyone, and as I've just said to people, and seeing Peter Taylor coming at the back there, I'm legally the mayor till Tuesday, Peter. So I'm just thinking what laws can I do, what mischief can I make in the next 24 hours. But actually I'm here because the group kindly asked me to remain as patron of WIFA. And I said I would agree to any patronships for a year, so that I could take time to reflect about what's important to me. But actually I didn't need time to reflect, because what is absolutely important in our town is that the role that Watford Interfaith play and community cohesion. Every single one of you sitting here is important today. You are making a statement about the kind of town that you want to live in, the kind of people that you want around you. And what we are saying is that Watford is a community that is cohesive, whatever the current word is, multi-faith, multi-ethnic, multi-everything. I prefer to think of it as multi-talented, actually. And with everyone bringing something to the table. In fact, I've said on public occasions, it is not where you have come from that matters, it is what you do when you get here. And I think that is a very, very true statement. And what you are doing now is demonstrating those values. You have a small part in keeping our town cohesive. And to be honest, we don't have to look very far to see that that is a quite a fragile thing. It can be broken very easily. So all of us have a role in speaking up, speaking out, and demonstrating our support for our community by just coming to events like this. And by supporting wonderful WIFA in the many events that they do throughout the year, which they do so well that it's now part of the calendar. It's what we do. We do the pilgrimage. The Peace Garden being the latest. And while you're down on Castleberry Park today, you'll be pleased to know there's lots of free events for children. There's loads going on. So when you've had some special time here, you can complete a bank holiday down in the park. But thank you very much for asking me to be patron, and in that regard, I am happy to do that role for you. But in every other regard, I'm really happy to hand over to Peter Taylor. Somebody said to me, how do you feel? And those of us with perhaps spiritual thoughts in our head, you don't realise how heavy your burden is until you take it off. And I'm floating away. So I'm really happy. But yeah, I'm Baroness Thornhill of Watford, and that of Watford is important to me. So you've not quite got rid of me entirely. But God bless you all. Thank you.
Good afternoon everyone, and thank you Dorothy. I am Peter Taylor, the new mayor, and I hope you've noticed that since I was elected on Friday, the sun has shone continuously as a single cloud, and one of my colleagues, Ian Stokesbury, who's a new councillor, was stopped in the street yesterday by somebody who said, I know that Dorothy's son's become the new mayor. Did you get elected as well? So it's a real pleasure to be with you all today. I think events like this are really, really important. Watford's a brilliant, diverse town, and it's really great when we come together to celebrate our heritage and to share time together. So it's brilliant to be here with you today. I hadn't expected to speak, so I haven't planned much to say, but as I say, I want to be a mayor for the whole town and to get to know all of you as much as possible. And thanks very much for having me here today. Thank you.
Are you ready now, Sharifa? You're not ready? You want to pick the other people?
I'm here like 11.
Thank you very much.
You're
So we've got cake, and we've got for everybody. Let them eat cake and flowers for Dorothy. And Francoise has a little present to give Dorothy as well to remind her of and we've got something else for you, Watford Chinese Association.
We've got a special Chinese painting for you, Dorothy. Mr. and Mrs. Hui.
The pine tree is for health. I need that. The cranes for long life. I'll go for that. Health and long life. Thank you. Ah, the pine tree goes through all the seasons. You've thought about this. Chinese, very clever. Is that really mine?
There's a special Chinese name for you.
Right.
Dorothy Thornhill.
Thank you. Oh, right. I once produced the Mikado. And, you know, it's really funny because I said, well, just put some writing up on the side that sort of looks Chinese. And somebody went, no, because you never know what you might have written. And I think that was really good advice.
Also, I prefer Chinese with the hanging out and not the phrase.
No, I think that's a beautiful wall hanging. Thank you. I'll have to find somewhere long enough for that, won't I? Thank you very much, everyone. Really well done.